Back to the JFP podcast. Today we are joined by another usual suspects player, Jeff Carollo. What's going on?
How's it going, boys?
Good, man.
Nothing much. Excited to have you on. We're talking to John, talking with you on the Discord. Like, yeah, we gotta get Jeff a
It's
story because
it's kind of wild that the distance that we have between us, like your team and our team and where we all are, that we actually have mutual friends and everything, like the Nagel brothers and everything. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy to see how close this community actually is. The world isn't as big as we think it is.
Right. It's really cool.
You know,
Yeah.
they're good people. I definitely told them, they're saying like, hey, we don't know who we're playing with this year. And I'm like, hey, there's some boys out that play by you at Annandale, JFP. I've talked to them, played with them out at Seps and everything. I was like, go hit them up, go talk to them at the field. And I'm pretty sure, I was like, they might be able to squeeze you in if they have need extra bodies or anything. I definitely tried to steer them your guys' way.
Yeah, Chris was telling us that. Well, he's the bees. He's with the bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, we obviously, if he ever wants to play, needs anything, he knows how to contact us, and so it's great to have to talk to these guys, and so we're not trying to steal every player. I'm just letting it. I'm not putting that out there. But,
Only the good ones.
Yeah, right. You guys have some pretty big lines, though.
Yeah.
I saw when you guys were out here for Seps, you guys had almost a small army of people ready to spin.
Pretty much.
Which is nice because it's nice to keep everything cheap for everybody else, but at the same time get the reps that everybody wants to get in and make it worth for everybody. So
that makes it a challenge.
Yeah, and so Expo is probably going to make that a little bit more viable option for us, but yeah, because you could play almost a few points per game, and you get four. I think you get 4 games, so a lot more spins.
A lot more rotations too for your ones and everything.
Oh yeah. But let's get this started, and I'm gonna ask you what's your first paintball experience? When's the first time you played paintball?
Oh wow, you're bringing me back, man. I'm feeling older the more you ask me that questions like that. So first experience, I would say 11, 12 years old. Titman 98 at a local field by me, where I grew up in Homewood, Illinois. Unfortunately, the field is closed over the years. Running around playing indoor airball with people that were way out geared than I was. It was an experience of a lifetime, minus the fact of Titman 98s can only go so far.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
But it was definitely that's probably the first memory I have playing. Other than that, just throughout the years of growing up, was always in people's backyards or woods ball, and then just here and there going to airball fields.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got back into it 3 years ago. I got back into it when I got adult money. So
fair.
I feel like it's a common theme for people is when they get the adult money, they probably drop it for a few years, and they start making the big adult money, and it's like, okay, I can get back into my hobbies again.
So it wasn't even planned for me to get back into it, to be completely honest. It was Memorial Day, Labor Day, whatever one's in May. I flipped them back and forth by accident. But me, my fiance, and my stepdaughter were we all had off. She had off school. And I was like, hey, let's go fishing in the morning. So we went fishing and nothing was going on. And my fiance, she does like gardening. And she goes, hey, let's go to Home Depot and buy all the flowers we need to build the gardens at the house. And I was like, I didn't say this. I didn't want to go to Home Depot and buy flowers. I straight up told her, I was like, how about we go play paintball? And she goes, you want to go play paintball? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, okay. And then it lit a fire under us after that. And it basically turned into a whole family venture.
Hell
like
yeah.
Her and I, before she got pregnant with our youngest son, we would go on like Wednesday night like dates to the field at Siege and go for just little pickup games here and there and everything like that, and it kind of blew up after that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
You're one of the few that actually got your woman to join in paintball. That's awesome.
She looks like she's having some like Vietnam flashbacks while she's behind bunkers sometimes. But she definitely has fun, and like now with the youngest, he's 5 months old, Jackson. My stepdaughter plays, but she's more of like we call her the team mom. Like she'll get snacks and help with the pits and everything at all the events. So she's definitely keeping us organized, like in between points, like, hey, get your stuff together. Hey, get ready. Hey, they called you. So she's our little calendar.
There you go.
Awesome. Getting the whole family involved. That's huge.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
those families, crank out other paintball players. So
True.
hopefully you got a couple that'll continue carrying the torch for you.
We got 5 kids in the house, so we got a whole line. We're ready.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And actually, my stepdaughter 2 weeks ago, we're talking about our usual suspects. We were talking about getting our second line together for SEPs, and my stepdaughter out of nowhere looks at me and goes, "Hey, I want to play competitive paintball now. Like, I'm tired of playing pickup games and whatnot. I want to get into SEPs with you guys." And I was like, "Holy cow!" Not gonna lie, it got me very excited because like doing her and I being able to enjoy something together is pretty sick. So
Yep.
we took her to Max for a couple of. She ran on our Max line for practice the last couple weeks, and she's like, "I think I'm ready to start actually grinding out the drills and everything." So she's super stoked, and it's a good feeling.
That's amazing.
Holy, that is another worldly feeling, I bet.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a team venture for us. Like, I don't get me wrong, we're doing this for fun. I'm not getting paid to go play paintball. It's not a salary for myself, at least. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not getting paid salary.
Yeah, definitely not.
So being a dad always comes first. So I do like to get my kids involved, and I took my kids to Siege for the 1v1 tournaments over the winter.
Mhm.
The boys, all 3 of the boys actually, and my 6 and 8-year-old, the first time they got to walk the field and actually experience it in person, because usually they're with their mom on weekends.
Mhm.
They said this is the wildest, most exciting thing they've ever seen in their life. Like when they were there watching it, and they were super stoked. And ever since then, my 8-year-old has not stopped talking about, "Hey, Dad, I get to go play low impact. I'm old enough. I could play real paintball in 2 years. Are we going? Are you buying me a new marker? Am I taking your marker? Which mask can I have?" Like he's ready.
That's awesome. Start them young.
Yeah, exactly.
That curiosity from the kids, do you think that you drive that curiosity from them since you bring them around, or is that more natural from them since like they just want to follow in your footsteps?
So I would say I wouldn't even say the footsteps thing. So like I said, I have the youngest boy, who is 5 months old. My second youngest son is 6 years old, and then my daughter's 7, and then my oldest son is 8. So they're all totally different. Like we do a bunch of different things in the summer, like watching race cars or something. And it's like one of them's like, "I'm not into this." The other kid's like, "I'm into it only because I'm following what the other child says." And the other kid's like, "This is what I want to do. I want to be a professional race car driver when I get older." Like he's gung ho.
Yeah.
So same thing with paintball. Like they're like, "Oh, I like it." Like my daughter says, "Oh, it's cool," but she's only saying that because she wants to be around, like, because we're all there.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard to judge that aspect, but it's all very different personality wise. Especially they're all totally different.
Force them in. Awesome. You're the dad. You can force them to play.
Yeah, right.
Get in there. You're gonna play.
They have jelly ball guns. They play in the backyard, and we have some like 50-gallon drums that we use. And my youngest son asked me to set it up like a snake, and he runs snake drills in the backyard with his jelly ball gun during the summer.
Oh, that's super cool.
Start them early in the snake.
Yeah, I wish I had something like that when I was a kid. I wish I knew about speedball when I was a kid.
I wish again, like I said, I played a lot more like woods and stuff. I wish I played more airball because I probably would be better than I am now. But it's definitely good fun
for sure.
That's awesome. So when you got back into the sport, what was your first marker? So you said your actual first marker was a Tippmann 98. What was your first electronical marker?
So like I said, we went on that Monday where we're all off, and I was like, we were all getting it was like a free rental kit thing, and my fiance and my stepdaughter are going to both get rental Tippmanns, and I'm like, I'm just going to buy a marker right now. And they're like, she's like, are you sure you're coming back? And I'm like, I'm going to play still. If you guys don't want to come, I'll go. So I just bought a mini GS. Just so I had something to go play with and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That lasted like 4 months, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this. Upgraded from there relatively quick to a shocker era. Had that for quite a while. And then I bought a Field 1 Force. So that's my current, like one of my current go-to guns along with my CS3 and my Ether 3M for like big game tournaments and stuff like that.
Damn, how many guns do you have?
Too many. You want to buy one? I'm just kidding.
If I had the money, maybe.
No, I have 4 myself. My stepdaughter has a shocker era. Then my fiance has a mini GS. So we have kits for everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
That's so awesome.
And you sent a
I can't get
picture.
over that.
Oh, you sent a picture of all the masks that you have, all the JT Pro Flexes you have. Do you have any other masks or just the JT Pro Flexes?
So, all only Pro Flexes now. I initially had our grills. It was not too bad. I just didn't like the fit of it. Went to an EVS. I liked it, but it echoed really bad. I have tinnitus already, so my ears already ring constantly, and it was too much. So then I went from that to a Push mask, and then Push got bought out, and they stopped making lenses for a while. Then I went to Pro Flexes because two of my teammates, Mike and Mikhail, father son, are Pro Flex guys, and they're like, "Dude, you just got to do it. Just do it." And they started the addiction of buying Pro Flex parts whenever I find them, and I like them.
Hell yeah, it's
I
worth
know
it though.
Don's not a fan of your addiction.
No, he calls them poor flexes. He's
Poor
a
flexes.
he's a carbon guy. Carbon masks are nice. I have nothing against them. I love the custom, like how I can customize them. And I mean, every one of my masks looks completely different. And I have 3 of them that have like the same bottoms, but they don't look like the same mask because of the ears, straps, and frames and everything. So
Yeah,
that's the cool thing about it.
You sent the picture recently with you had the gray Hydra frame lowers, and I was like, I was actually thinking about buying those. I was like, damn, that was a better picture than they have on the website. I was like, damn, you really make me want to get them.
So the ones I posted are actually the black. The black's not like a pure black. I don't know how light the grays are. Yeah, the ones I posted are actually the black one.
That looks gray to me. Holy, am I colorblind?
No, it does look like it's like a lighter matte black. And actually, those got me in trouble with my fiance because I bought the ears on a sale on Hormesis because she wanted the Hormesis blanket. Yeah. And I bought the ears, and I was like, oh, I bought ears. I need new frames and lowers and a strap. I ordered them. And they all came in the mail, and she goes, more mask stuff, and I'm like, yeah,
I told you about this already.
Trying to play innocent.
yeah. So I was like, you knew I bought ears, and she goes, I know you're buying a whole nother mask. You have 11 on the wall. Oh, okay. It took some apologizing, but she got her Hormesis blankets. She was excited.
A win-win.
They sell blankets? I didn't even know that. I tend to go over there every once in a while, but I didn't know they sell blankets.
I didn't know
Dude,
that either.
Softest thing in the world. It's like $80. It's like a nice like personal blanket, and they sold out last time, so we couldn't get it, and they re-released it, and so I bought them immediately. So she's so happy. She has so much Hormesis stuff. She's like Hormesis fanny packs. She has Hormesis everything.
That's awesome.
That's
shit, $80. That's cheaper than their headbands. Holy.
Yeah.
True. For a whole blanket.
It's like a pillow on your body. The thing's so soft.
That's awesome. I'm about to look into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Randy, I'm gonna fucking look.
10 out of 10 suggests it's definitely a perfect blanket to like lay on the couch with watching TV.
Oh, I bought a new. I keep telling people. I don't know why this is so. I'm so excited over this. I bought a new couch. That's all.
Dude, that is exciting. My dogs ate one of my couches. I wish I could.
Oh no, that's so bad.
Oh no.
Trust me, I get the excitement. I wish I could buy a new couch. It's so expensive and they're so comfy when they're new, but we can't do it right now.
For sure.
Yeah, we were struggling for a bit because our other one broke, and we just kind of had to sit with it there. We were like, can't really buy one right now. And then we were like, we should just do it and get rid of it. And so we have the old couch sitting out in our garage right now. And I'm like, I gotta get rid of this thing. And Randy was gonna come take it and fix it up, but he asked me if I can keep it over the summer. And I was like, I can't do that. Gotta get rid of it.
Little garage couch, dude.
Yeah.
Shit goes hard.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, dude. When your wife tells you gotta sleep on the couch, that's where you're going.
Dude, I would totally do that. Like, where our second hobby is racing go-karts, so I can hang out in the garage, work in the go-karts, and sit in the couch. No,
see, that's actually cool.
That's cool. Do you like the mini go I've seen YouTube videos on like the mini go-kart league. Is that essentially what you guys get into?
No, there's shifter carts. Well, ours aren't the shifter ones here. Let me see. I have to find a photo. I can send you a photo of our carts. But me and my stepdaughter race, which is nice. Like, we have a lot of fun doing it. It is actually surprisingly can be more expensive than paintball. A set of tires.
I can imagine.
A set of tires is like $60 a tire, and you're going through a set of tires every race, roughly every two races.
Oh my gosh!
Plus gas and everything to get there. Helmets, fire suits, dude, it's wild. It's fun, but actually sad to say that paintball is actually a significantly safer sport than racing go-karts.
Oh yeah,
the risk to reward. So it's actually another nice thing. Glad 2 years ago, I actually cracked 2 ribs on my right hand side.
Ooh.
Well, kart racing, I forgot my rib protector, and I threw it, not from crashing, just from throwing it into a corner. And I was almost immobile at work. It was kind of miserable.
That
Oh
sucks.
my.
As soon as I find the picture, I'll send it over. But yeah, we got a whole setup in the garage for it.
For sure.
I got two things.
Mhm.
Why is it male hobbies? And I'm just being a general male hobby. Why are they always so damn expensive? And second of all, how many other hobbies do you have other than paintball?
So, to answer your first question is, there's a way you could put it. But with boys or males, you don't grow out of your toys; they just get more expensive.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
True.
So, like, I started with Hot Wheels and started racing real cars. Got very expensive very quick.
Oh yeah.
True.
And then other hobbies, we kind of sold all of them with the kids. Like I said, rode dirt bikes, had dirt bikes and everything, quads, sold those. And actually the only reason why I got into go-kart racing is I can blame my stepdaughter. She goes, I kind of want to race go-karts. And I was like, oh no, that means I have to buy one too. Oh no. So we ended up with 2 go-karts, and then paintball. And like, other than that, that's basically to keep her moving for like feet and hand motion, for go-kart racing. We do sim racing and everything, but like outdoor hobbies, nothing else really, anymore, unfortunately.
I gotcha. That's awesome. I love that you share your hobbies with your family, and that's something that I hope to aspire to one day. And yeah, I think that's awesome. But
I will tell you this. Everyone's gonna say it's very essentially the picture of the go-karts. People are gonna say it's very expensive getting into hobbies like this with your kids and significant other. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't care how much money it costs. When I die and get buried, that money doesn't go with me. But what I will have for my whole life is the memories that I share with, like, if me and my stepdaughter didn't race go-karts or play paintball together, I'll be fair, like, we don't have as much in common besides like video games. So it's kind of hard to ever like go out and do something. And this really helped her and me like grow together. And there's days like my fiance at work and me and my stepdaughter will just go to the field by ourselves and hang out all day, which is pretty sick. And it's really good just to get the memories that her and I shared together. And it's amazing.
That's awesome. Oh, these are sick.
Yeah, those are my carts.
Let's take up a lot of room, I bet, too, on the garage.
Yes and no. With the stands, I still have quite a bit of room to go around both sides. The only thing that sucks is if we drive them through the neighborhood, but if I want to take them out for a test drive, I need someone else to help me lift them off, and they're kind of too heavy for my stepdaughter. So sometimes we just got to wing it and like roll the cart to the trailer and kind of push it off as gentle as we can. But
yeah,
we got a decent sized garage. It's not too bad.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do during the off season to keep your wits about you for the paintball season? I know that John kind of talked about the Siege. You got paintball year round, and then you got the dojo. Like, what do you do during the winter time to keep you going strong to play these big tournaments during the summertime?
So we typically don't have a real off time, because we have the opportunity to do Sunday morning practices at Siege, or go to the dojo in the mornings or everything. So we don't typically have a full off season. Only thing we can do is just hide from the snow and weather by going to these indoor facilities, which is absolutely huge. The Siege indoor is definitely smaller than a full-size field. It's perfect for 3v3s, but we run 5-man on there. It helps a lot with the just gunfighting and closer fighting and everything, because it is so much more fast paced. A lot of people hate that. They're like, it can't translate to a full size field. And I'm like, yeah, but when you and the other guy are both at the 4s in the Dorito side or Snake side, and you're snapping back and forth, that's where this will help with. And same thing with the dojo. Definitely, to me, like I said, it's a big thing to try to do that and get there and do that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, we really don't get an off season. So
that's cool, man.
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, yeah, it's not nothing to scoff at. You play paintball year round, and it's like for us, we have to take a few months off to not touch a field. Like, we could go to the indoor field in Minneapolis, it's not a full field. It's something, and we're very appreciative to have it. But it's just completely different from what you're expecting to do at a regular field, and it feels like we get rusty every winter, and then it takes a couple practices to get back into the swing of things. And
I don't know what you guys have for like basements or anything or like whatnot, but you can get like the pickle balls, like they're like hollow. I don't know if you've seen them. You can literally shoot your computer monitor and it won't break the monitor. They're like very soft. You could basically do that in the house at low FPS for like just snapping at targets.
True.
I mean, my one buddy has some of them. I don't know. There's like specifics on like what kind of hopper you can use because a force fed hopper will basically just jam them up. But definitely be something to look into if you're just trying to just do snap drills in the house over winter or something like that.
Yeah, I think that would be huge, especially if you can get like 2 bunkers and then you start doing like snap shoot drills with each other and try to just shoot each other out. I think that would be huge, and then gaining that confidence with gun battling, I think is also huge.
A reball would be too hard to do in the house. Those are more solid. That would probably put a hole in your drywall. But pickle balls are the ones that I'd look up for sure.
Okay, yeah, we probably have to find something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, because Tyler today was telling me that he bought a couple of pickleballs, and he was doing some snap shooting drills in his house. I was like, that sounds interesting. Never thought that was really a thing that I could really do, but yeah, I might have to give it a shot.
They're actually like $40 for 100 of them.
Oh,
they're called the atomic pickles.
Dude, how durable are they? Like, how many times can you really use them before they start to go to shit?
I've never used them. Like I said, no, my one buddy has them, so I don't know the specifics of it. Sorry, I couldn't spit the word out. But like I like it. I don't know how like durability wise, but I mean, shoot, if you buy them for $40 and they last whatever 5 hopper loads, it's really not that expensive. Fair,
right? No, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these would be perfect. Be easy to see.
You won't get hurt, Randy.
Yeah.
Shit, I probably still will.
Oh no, we got a padded jersey guy?
No, I'd be switching hands and I'd shoot myself in the foot or something.
Oh, I did that during a practice one day. It was a 1-on-2 and I shot myself in the foot and I got so mad. I was like, I just shot myself and walk off the field. Yeah. I was so angry.
Yeah. I've never done it during a tournament, but I have done that before. It's so embarrassing. It just sucks.
So for someone like us, we don't have like a lot of influential paintball players around us, and then being from the near the Chicago area, you have some like the Cody Mikowskis and the Jacob Meskos. What do those type of guys do for you in order to grow your abilities in paintball? Or like, what do they do?
So with the dojo and everything, I used to do let's start with the dojo first. It's really big. He will critique you on even your foot movement, your foot placement, where your hands are on the gun, how you're doing everything, just to help you get better at it and focus more. So like how I have a weird way of holding my gun sometimes, just offhanded. And the second I did it, he goes, "Stop that now." I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." And I've been making a habit to change how I'm holding it, but like it's just the small little things that help you perfect what you're doing is what they will focus on with you. And same thing like with Mesco, we would run Wednesday nights at Siege. I haven't been able to go last year because of stuff going on, but we would do skills and drills where it would be like 1-on-1s or like 1-ball snap drills or breakout drills and stuff like that, just to help you see what's going on. Because after every point, he would pull everyone together and be like, "What did you do?" And you would tell him, and he'd be like, "Well, you did this wrong. You should have done it this way. Try it this way next. Try that," and just give you small little bits of advice. And then even with our team practices during the summer on Sundays at Siege, we get to practice against the Distortion team, which is a new pro team this season.
Yep.
So it's definitely huge with just getting your skills up, and everyone is super cool from the teams, Mesco and Cody Mikowski, where they're very friendly, and they'll tell you politely what you're doing wrong. They're not gonna like dad talk you down or anything, which is huge.
Yeah, I feel like if we had those types of players, I feel like it would be a lot different up here. But then since we don't have those, there's a reason why they don't get to play year round over here, so they're not going to be living over here. And if you're going to be good at a sport, you're typically going to be playing that year round.
Right. No, I agree. It makes it a lot harder when, you got to travel hours just for a little bit of practice, just to play a little bit, or even just tournaments, or, it's just deters a lot of people. And then, especially with the weather up here, that also deters a lot of people from doing things. Like, we practiced today, and there was a couple of people who were supposed to come out, but the snow got really bad. So they just ended up having to turn around, which understandable. It's not worth risking your life, but it just sucks. It makes it really hard.
So it's the same, like similar thing here. Like I said, we have Siege. I love the field, greatest field, owners amazing. But like we're practicing for Max, and we need to play on a full size field. So we drive down to Blast Camp. And our first practice, there was like 37, 38 degrees, slushy, icy, and it was cold. And it definitely makes it hard to like want to go when you're waking up in the morning and it's like 30 degrees or 28 degrees and you have to drive to the field and know you're only going to get like 7 degrees hotter to be comfortable, and it's not that much more comfortable. But it's the Midwest fun. So it builds a player for sure. Being able to grit through all of that terrible weather where some people are like, I'm not going to play in that, or if it's too hot or too humid, I'll stay inside in the AC. But if you're one of the guys who's strength through it, definitely helps build you.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
Braden. No, I'm joking. But
I'll call it Chris. I'll call it Chris on that too, because he sent me a text message saying I was gonna go till I got all the snow. Come on, Nagel.
That's awesome. No, they did get a lot more snow up in Fargo. Like I don't even think we got close to an inch, but they got at like 6 inches, something like that, over in Fargo.
It looked enough to enjoy the weather from inside my house.
Oh, for sure.
Do you have any experiences on if something doesn't go right? I know you were telling me about something, but I feel like you should share that again with us live
Where
on pod.
something doesn't go right?
Yeah, where you did something to your leg and
Oh yeah. So I have a couple good stories. I'm not young. I'm not old. Also, I'm 35, turning 36 soon. And one of the most interesting experiences I had during team practice last year, I was working with the new 2, and he wanted to try to be the 1 for a point. And he's in front of me, and I'm trying to help hold him down. And I stopped shooting, and he goes, "Hey, Jeff, are you good? What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm all right. My knee just popped out of place." Yeah, like literally, it felt like it exploded. I kind of did like a really fancy ninja kick while laying on my back, kicked it back into place, and stood up over. I'm like, "Nope, we're good now."
What?
Yeah.
How did it pop out?
I've had years of hockey, motocross, water skiing, being a mechanic. So sometimes my knees can get iffy, if it's especially depending on the weather.
Ooh.
And it literally it felt like it exploded on the sides. It happens every so often. Knock on wood. I have Max next week, so hopefully it doesn't happen. But I literally just lay back, kick really hard. It makes a gnarly popping noise, and I can stand back up and work through it and take an Advil for the next point.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, my teammate on the sideline said, "I never heard somebody say, 'Hold on, I'll cover you. Let me kick my knee back into place.'"
That's awesome.
Like, it's a double take move. The guy's like, "What?" He looks back again. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a gnarly one. It's been good for the last the back half of the season. It only happened once last year, but it can happen, and hopefully it stays solid.
Yeah,
the more I'm working out and the more I play, the better it stays and the healthier it feels. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it happens with age.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully it doesn't. Knock on wood too. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore for you this year or in the future. That's not, especially for me. It's not something I'd wish to experience.
No,
that doesn't happen to you either.
It's definitely not ideal, but it hurts while it's happening. But once again, I do my fancy kick and it pops. It's good after that. Just maybe a little tender, but it's just working through getting that initial kick.
No way. I could never just be out on the field and karate kick my leg back into place. That's insane.
Travis Pastrana does it with his shoulders, so why not?
I guess.
So I asked this question to John, and I want to ask you this. What do you prefer? Do you prefer grass or turf fields?
This is actually a very difficult one.
I think it was Randy who asked it, but
yeah, this is a very difficult one because I love playing on grass. Siege has the most prime grass field I've ever seen in my life. Like it slides, it's great. They take care of it. They do a lot of work to make it maintained.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Turf is really nice because they don't have to shut down if it gets too wet or anything like that, or don't have to shut down or like wait to open for the grass to grow.
Yeah.
Turf slides really well also. That's one thing. Turf burn is real and sucks. I go through a pair of gloves like every single day I play on turf because it just kills them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really. I'm gonna say grass. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna say grass.
That's
Just for the
fair.
turf burn. Just for the turf burn aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's totally fair.
Yeah, today if you were to play, if Annandale was a grass field, today would have sucked.
Yeah, no kidding. It was nice on that turf because it was like a sheet of ice on the turf and then some snow. So you dive into the snake and you can just glide down the snake. It was fun.
I love that feeling of being able to dive early and slide for like 16 feet into the snake.
Yeah,
It's such a good feeling.
you just feel like you're floating.
Sorry, Randy. I feel like I'm asking a lot of the questions here, but I'm just gonna keep popping off here.
No, you're good, dude. You asking the questions. I'm just commenting over here.
So you, if you had it your way, Jeff, Siege is going to add a new amenity, new something to their field or their complex. What is something that you'd like to see implemented to improve your quality of life or improve the experience you get at Siege?
So I'll be fair. Siege is such a good built facility. I have zero complaints. I'm not saying that because it's my home field. I'm saying that purely because they have the full bathrooms. They have the indoor field. They have all of the outdoor rec fields. They have the airball field. They do great. I wouldn't really. There's nothing I would change. Like especially when I said earlier, like my kids and my family are involved, and they let if it's warm out or something, they'll be like, oh, they'll tell my fiance not warm. They can hang out inside if they see, but like especially during when my youngest was born and he would come in with me to practices, they'd be like, oh, take the back office room and go ahead and change them, do what you gotta do so you have your own space with them. And like there's nothing there because with the people or how the facility is, I would change one bit. Like pristine. Like I'm
awesome.
very happy with it.
Well, I'll take your word for it because you're not the first one to praise it like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of fields where it's nothing against the fields. It's just like that people wish they had something else to them to make it like a better scene and make it a better overall enjoyable experience. And a lot of the time it's the indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say it's the indoor plumbing. I know John said having showers would be nice. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a good, like having like a changing room instead of having to do everything like get out of your scoobies in the outside. That
would be nice. And as you said, the bathrooms and stuff like that. That's I'm basic. I just give me a porta potty and I'll figure it out. But like for like my fiance and stepdaughter, I mean, it would be nice to have them have a nice facility to go into, which is what's awesome with Siege. And there's other fields we go to that don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's huge, especially like I said, if you're not a player and you're just there to like spectate and watch, those small things are definitely huge.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially for a lot of women. I know a lot of women don't like using porta potties, so they just will hold it the whole time, which is not good for you.
Yeah. And that's the problem that we're gonna have at the one field we're playing at that doesn't have actual bathrooms that have porta potties, because we're gonna have my 5-month-old at the event with us, so it's gonna be like kind of just changing him in the open. Especially like I said, Siege will have she has a bathroom or a changing table, whatever she needs there. But we're gonna kind of just be standing out in the open at edge and covering him inside of a baby jail or pack and play when we try to change him. Yeah.
You just briefly talked about it. Steps is coming up at the end of this month, a couple weeks away. What are you guys doing to prepare for that?
So there's so much preparation going on right now. I have Max next weekend with one of our lines. That line consists of 3 usual suspects. Then we have 3 other guys we pulled from other teams around the area that are very good. So it's gonna be me, my 2 for Seps, Jeremy. John's gonna be playing that on D side. My buddy Chase, Sean Hankey, and then we're trying to figure out the next fill-in who is going to be filling it in. It's going to be one of the Ball brothers. They play by us. They're part of Milwaukee Mayhem. Sorry, that should be pretty solid. for Max. Seps, we did spend some practices last week together at Max. It's gonna be basically our same line as last year that we played there for the whole season. The only difference is the 2 that I have now, Jeremy. He wasn't my 2 before. That's the biggest struggle I've had, is having a 2 that was sticking with our lines. And I think Jeremy's gonna be a solid person to have with me. One guy I definitely do trust behind me is him. So it should be pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like Randy can touch on this a little bit more, but I think it's hard for a Snake player to find a reliable and really good 2, because our 2 on the Snake hasn't really been like, we have good players. Don't get me wrong, we have good players. We have trouble, getting them to the field. Like the availability is not there, and so they're not always coming out to practice and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so it's tough for Randy to get a reliable 2 to always work with. And so I think Randy can touch on that a little bit more.
Yeah, I pretty much almost every tournament, I have a different 2. Almost every practice, I have a different 2. It's really difficult to find somebody who's set in stone for the season to be my 2. So I'm trying to like work with somebody new and figure out how they play. They're trying to figure out how I play. We're trying to figure out how to play together, like every tournament. So it makes it a lot more difficult.
That's how it felt, like I said, last season for me. I had we had 4 Seps events, and I had 3 different 2s. And they kind of rotated back and forth. So technically I had a different 2 every single event. It was a little weird. The biggest thing is I could assume that you're running into is like the communication aspect of being able to talk to the person while in the field.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that Jeremy, like my current 2, he can literally sit and talk to me like the whole time. My Seps 2, then my other 2 that I have with me at Max, Sean Hankey, him and I played, and we just literally will sit at the Snake 50 and chit chat as we're like gunning people down.
That's awesome.
So it's definitely big. I don't know. I was talking to Keegan about this in the pre-show that I had issues before, people not communicating and like not talking back and forth. And I'd literally get next to them while we're on the field, like 1 and 2, and just look at them and be like, how's the weather today? How are you feeling? It's gorgeous out. Like just have a normal, legit life conversation while we're shooting in the middle of a point.
Right. Get them to talk.
Just to get someone to talk. And they're like, I didn't realize stuff like that will just teach you to use your voice. I'm like, yeah, it's huge.
Right. A lot of things that we're working on too is like talking loud, not screaming. It's a lot easier to hear a voice from across the field that is loud over it screaming. Sometimes it's hard to understand when someone's just screaming something.
So even then, like your D side shouldn't hear you from Snake. Not always. I mean, typically, like your home player, everything that you say in the Snake, your home player should be doubling it and just re-yelling it so the whole D side hears it. Or same thing, like if you shout something, your 2 should shout it over. Because there's times like last year at Seps where it was just me and John alive. He's a D side player, I'm a Snake side player. He was at the D2, I was at the Snake 50. I'm trying to yell things to him, but I could see him staring at me, but he can't hear me. He's like looking through me almost. And it's not like he did it on purpose. It's just he couldn't hear me.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely been there.
Yeah.
And that's where hand signals really come into play.
You start throwing those hand sounds.
It's hard, but it's all part of the practice and just getting your home player that has a voice, like a strong voice. Like our Seps home player, Mikhail, I swear that kid yells, the whole field's hearing it. So he's very good at traveling the communication over. The kid's a legend.
For sure.
That's awesome.
So with all the gear that you have, all the masks, all the guns, especially with everybody having their own gear in your house, how do you keep that all organized?
So I have multiple different gear bags. Start with the mask. All of the masks are hung up on the wall. So whenever I'm like, hey, we're going to go play today, I'll toss my stepdaughter her mask, or if she wants to use one of mine, that's fine. She could totally ask. She never does. She likes her purple birth month one.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Or I'll just look up there and be like, hey, I want to take this mask today, and just pull it off the wall. As for gear, I have my main gear, my big gear bag, which I'll usually carry my field one. I'll carry all of my markers actually. I actually just recently took my Era out of it because that's kind of just being benched for now because I have my field one and my CS3. And then like back up to the backup is my 3M. So just in case I need to like use a mechanical and not have to worry about it, I have that there.
For sure.
I have my air tanks and everything in it. And then my stepdaughter, same thing. She has her Era all packed up in her gear bag at all times. My fiance, she doesn't play much. So we have like a roller cart that we have her stuff in right now because she can't play because of the baby, or she couldn't play because of the baby. Yeah. So her stuff's all packed up, all and we have like a closeted room kind of thing that we have all the paintball gear, like gear bags in. So everything stays packed up and together. And when we're ready to go, just grab the bag and leave.
So do you have like any specific steps with all that gear that you do to prevent equipment failures?
I try my best. You can't always prevent an equipment failure, which sucks. It could be something as stupid as the rain or dirt on the field that can get inside there and blow an O-ring.
Right.
I try to keep my stuff as clean as possible. Basically, especially between every play day and event, I'll pull everything apart like all the way down and clean everything. Make sure I hear no leaks in it. Go in my backyard, test fire every marker just to make sure it's all good. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't always prevent downs. That's kind of why I'm benching the Era. I've had that thing go down so many times in me last year. It was sickening.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just a lot of just small maintenance things. The CS3, though, I mean, I'll be honest, I could throw a thing off a cliff and it probably would still fire. Thing's a workhorse.
Yeah.
So that one's been more consistent. The field one I've had to take apart quite a few times just to go through. It's a little more finicky. So
yeah, I mean, everybody loves their own personal preference on markers, but those Planet Eclipse guns, they are just so sturdy.
It's a tank. I mean, like I said, if I need something that's just gonna work, I'll grab that. The field one is like my favorite shot in the world. It's a very great shot, but it's only really, it shoots best with like literal just 5-star paint. With like field paint or winter paint, I've had a lot of problems with it just not shooting as well. So I try to only use that like if I'm using good 5-star paint or something.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these tournament guns these days are only good on tournament paint. They're only meant for tournament paint. And so I feel like getting some sort of modifications to your bolt is almost a necessity nowadays for these higher end markers. You kind of agree with that statement?
So yeah, I can see a lot of the higher end guns. Like the CS3, it's still a higher end gun. That thing just shoots good with whatever I've put in it.
Oh, yeah.
That one's been pretty good. The bolt on the field one is like, it's a pretty soft bolt. It kind of reminds me of a valve stem for a car tire, just the rubber. That thing shoots really good. I've actually the only thing I've ever had the thing fail from is literally it shot the bolt out of the barrel with the ball.
Oh my god.
What?
The rubber tip, I mean, not the whole bolt, but the rubber tip ejected out with the ball.
Still, that's crazy.
Yeah. Otherwise, I feel they do shoot 5-star better, and I think that's all mainly because of also the 5-stars typically more round. You don't get as many divoted or flat spotted balls, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I feel like we always ask this question early on, so if we've already asked this question, I'm sorry, but what keeps you really coming back to the field?
The people. If it wasn't for the group that we have, even then, just the people in general, it's such a positive community. Be fair, I haven't met somebody that I'm like generally like, that person sucks. Like everyone's been super friendly or like they've been welcoming, especially I bring my kids there. If you're going to be a jerk, I'm not showing up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everyone was like, they're like, oh, they grabbed literally to tell my stepdaughter, hey, let's go play, or hey, let's go spin a point. Or the same thing with my fiance when she was pregnant. Hey, do you want anything? If I was on the field, they're like, oh, hey, do you want anything? Do you need anything? Everyone's been so welcoming. And just the friend and family aspect of it's huge. The sports I grew up playing or like did like racing cars and everything, it's very cliquey. So this is a completely different experience for me. Like when we had raced cars, it was like you had your crew of 3 people and you didn't talk to anybody else. Like just how it was. And this is just everybody's so open and inviting. It's amazing.
Right. Yeah, John especially. That man will walk up to anybody and start a conversation.
Oh, he doesn't care. John will let you know that John's here, and not in a bad way. Just like he loves cracking jokes, and he definitely will pull the group together. If there's like an awkward situation, like or people are super split up, he'll find a way to pull everyone together just to work through it. And
he's really funny.
That's awesome. He keeps us laughing. I got a good story about him. So if I come off. Way ranting off. So last year during SEPs, my fiance, like I said, she was pregnant, and there's a group behind us that had fruit snacks. And she goes, I want some fruit snacks. And John goes, dude, just ask them. And she goes, no, I'm afraid. This man literally sits up and goes, hey, can the pregnant lady get some fruit snacks, please? And they were like, yeah, of course. And it like politely handed it to her. Dude, she was happier than anything. But
That's
it was like so
awesome.
funny how he just came out of there like, dude, I'll say it. I don't care. What are they
That's
going to say?
awesome.
No.
I love John. What a
Oh
character.
my gosh! every team needs someone like John.
I agree.
Oh
We
my
need
gosh!
We need a Pocket John, like an app.
Yeah.
What would John say?
Yeah.
Fucking John.
John, I
That's
love you, bud.
awesome.
Like that
That's
cat,
awesome.
that talking Tom or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
John.
Talking John.
Oh, that's
That'd be funny. John, I love you, bud. If you're listening to this, I love you.
I'm sure he's gonna be listening in. But what is sticking on the kind of the funny stuff? What has been your funniest moment on the field?
Ooh. The best? Okay. I'm trying to think if this is more like torturous to me or funny because I was able to laugh about it over afterwards. John, who's listening, will laugh about this too. So we were playing indoor last year, and my stepdaughter was finally learning how to actually just shoot lanes, and she got John in the forehead really good. Like this guy had a golf ball on his forehead sticking out.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So his exact response was, "Hey Maddie, you're 13. I can't hurt you, but I can overshoot your stepdad."
Oh no.
And he didn't overshoot me, luckily, because he saw how it hit me. I was in a snake and I was leaning over the beam, like watching the inside lane, like butt up in the air. And he caught me like right in that little crack. I don't know if I could say it or not. Can I say it, Keegan?
Sure.
He said he shot me directly like in the gooch, like that little gap there.
Oh my god.
Makes you feel violated.
Yeah, I got shot and it made me jump because I've never felt a sensation like that in my life before. And John says he goes, I shot you and saw you jump, and I felt kind of bad, but started laughing. And I was like, dude, that kind of sucked. Next time, shoot me in the foot. No, that was probably a pretty good one, to be fair.
That's awesome.
That's funny. Oh my god.
Otherwise, like the typical like core sample here and there, but I think that was probably one of the funnier experiences I've had.
Core samples
Torture,
are always
funny.
fun.
Yeah. So you've told us that you have a Ether 3 at mech. Can you tell some of your experience? Have you played like a mech league or 10-man?
No, I haven't. I was wanting to, but schedules kind of didn't work so well for the mech 3v3s here at Siege this winter. I was only able to make the one, which awesome. The one I did do, we won. But for mech, I mainly use that for like the mech for like rec play when I'm trying not to blow through 5 cases of paint or for like big games, like where like Siege will do a big game, red versus blue every year, where they just do it's all the fields are one, and I'll use the mech then because I don't need to sit and rail balls all the time. So that's typically mainly when I use it. Otherwise, it kind of sits as like a backup in case I want to just have fun with the mech on that day. So no tournaments yet.
Okay. Do you anticipate? It's from the sounds of it. It sounds like you anticipate one time going out and doing something like that.
At some point, yes. As soon as we find something opening with it. I know there's a couple of mech tournaments throughout the year. It's just kind of hard right now with our schedule because I've committed the Max and Seps, and then there was talks of doing NXL and talks of doing trying to get out to Annandale to spin with you guys, or the spare parts team with the Nagel brothers, Chris and Kevin, to fill in. So it's kind of a full schedule, but I'm trying to squeeze one in somewhere.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys gotta just. You and John got a very busy schedule this year.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if there's something on your paintball bucket list that you want to do. Like, I know some people just want to go to like the World Cup down in Florida. Do you have anything that you'd like to do eventually or plan on doing?
So I would love. I'll be fair. I don't care what NXL event it is, any of them. I want to get into the top 4 of NXL and play the final fours on the main field on the broadcast. That's something I'd love to do. Whether it's D4, D5, probably by the end of the season, I'm probably going to be ranked out of D5. I'm assuming with Max, and then the win at the 3v3 and everything like that. I would love to do that. It's just be cool having like, the people around and the people in the stands. It's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Otherwise, nothing too big. So
I mean that's a really cool goal to have too. I mean, it's always awesome to set goals like that to aspire for, especially in a sport like this where you can get it. If you really work for it and you really want it, you can easily get that. Oh, I wouldn't say easily, but you can get that.
yeah, and it's just like, and not only like that, it's just the experience of doing something like that. Like I've played other like big like arena sports like ice hockey, and it was really cool like having family or someone to be able to sit in the stands and watch. It was super cool, and I'd love to do that. And like I said, especially because my family's involved, I think it would be a good time for them.
Oh, for sure.
And in hopes of bringing home some hardware, which would be cool, like a trophy or a medal. That'd be sick.
For sure. Speaking of,
especially things. Ooh, go ahead, Randy.
oh, we can cut this out, but I totally forgot to bring the trophy again today.
I'm keeping that in. so random. That's so funny. But I was gonna ask you, Jeff. If you could change one thing about paintball, what would that be?
I wish it was easier accessible.
Oh, I feel that.
That's big because I mean, I'm lucky where the position I'm at. I can go to a handful of fields within 2.5 hours. Some people, like I said, Chris and Kevin, they're driving 3.5 hours or so, whatever it is, to get to the field to play, which really doesn't help the growth, because think of how many people that are in his area that could have fun doing this. I think that'd be the biggest thing, just having accessibility or like more fields around, which unfortunately there was a down period of paintball just because of people's finances and whatnot. And that's why I see a lot of resurgence of it now, of people who are mid-30s that used to play it when they were younger.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just, there needs to be more fields for that portion of it to spread it that way.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, ESPN and everything helps a lot, but ESPN you don't get the feeling of watching the game on TV compared to being behind a bunker and getting pelted by 10.5 balls a second by 4 different guys. Totally different feeling.
It's easy to see something and be like, oh, he should be doing this, he should be looking at this, but when you're actually out there, it's totally different. And I feel like not having more accessibility to these fields or just playing speedball really wastes out on a lot of good potential. Like, I feel like there's got to be young guys out there that are just meant for this game, but they have never heard of it.
Oh, 100%. And you even see that now, like when you go to your fields and you go for like a rec day and you see the high school kids just going for rentals with their friends just for fun. Some of them, I give them my gun all the time. Like, here, go play with this instead of the Tippmann, just see what it's like. And they're shooting uncapped or capped semi at 10.5, walking the trigger. Like, it's almost like it's on ramping. Like, they adapt to it quick.
Right.
And just movement. And I'm like, dude, if you actually like bought a marker and played more, you could be kind of competitive with some of these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's crazy how, like, I've seen it too. I feel like there's just so much wasted potential, and especially with athletes that just, they played a lot of sports in high school, then they get out and they, do the occasional basketball here and there with their friends, or tennis or football or baseball or whatever. But if they got into paintball, like, they could just do that on the side. Like, they don't have to go and do it with their friends. They can just come out and play any weekend.
And with the community, even if they come by themselves, I guarantee you're going one time, you're making friends. How inviting. At least that, like I said, our fields here, everyone's super inviting.
Yeah,
and
guaranteed.
It's huge. And that's the biggest fear people have, are like, if I go, who am I going to talk to? Like, I don't like going somewhere and not talking to people. It makes me feel really weird. It sounds stupid to say that probably, but it just makes me feel awkward. And
no, I feel you.
It's just nice having, when I did go, my one teammate and good friend, James Higgins, he walked up to me and was just like, hey man, how's it going? He acted like he knew me for like 15 years, like the first time walking into the field. And that was amazing. That's literally, he's legitimately one of the reasons why we kept going back to see, just because of how inviting he was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, and like he takes my stepdaughter under his wing whenever we're out there and like, hey, let's go play, or like or even when I go with my 5-month-old during the winter for a practice, and he's like, hey, let me hold the baby, go spin a point really fast. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I could help you out, just keep him, put him in the stroller, I'll walk him around the field for a second.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, family.
In your opinion, so there's been a couple of people who said it's really not on the owners. The owners of these fields are doing a good job advertising, putting it out there. So it usually comes back to this answer. If what do you think players could do to bring in more players, especially in the Midwest? I know the South doesn't really have this problem, but for the Midwest and the fields that are struggling, what can us paintball players do to continue to bring in more people and having them have good experiences so they keep coming back and we can grow the sport?
Just show them. I mean, like I said, we'll have rentals with us all the time, and I'm not kidding. Me and my buddy Mikhail were playing, and a boyfriend and girlfriend went in, never played before. We're using Tipman rentals, and it was like me and him versus. They're like, "Hey, we want a 2v2 you guys," and I'm all right, cool, that's fine. And I looked at Mikhail, and I'm like, "Dude, that's just like one ball and stand in the open." Like, I'm not even joking. I let the girlfriend shoot me because you know how excited she was when she shot one of us out. Like, she legitimately did like a cheer and jump and everything.
That's
like, she had the
awesome.
time of her life. Stupid little things. Like, I've played with multiple rentals, and I'm like little kids, and I'll like stick my arm out and like, come on, hit it, you're getting close, hit my arm, shoot me out. Like, let them do that just to give them the excitement of what it's like to where they're not just getting bullied by a bunch of people who go to the field all
Right.
or give them my marker and setup and say, hey, go to town, have fun. It's huge.
Yeah, it's kind of like we can be competitive, like for sure when the time is right. But I feel like a lot of us, especially in the Midwest, we drop our ego to help those that to show those people who want to show the interest in paintball, and we drop our ego for those people to make them feel welcome and to really allow them to grow in the space. And so I feel like we do a good job at dropping our egos and not letting our egos and our competitiveness get the better of us when new players are involved.
Especially like if it's rec ball, no point in being competitive. Like, don't be mean to the kid if they don't know what they're doing. Just be like, hey, let's help them out. Don't bully anyone. They're there to have fun. They've never played before. They could be some 15-year-old kid. You don't know what their position is in life, and this is their one time they get to go out and do something with their family. Like, don't be rude. Be inviting. Have them come back. If you show them a good time, the next time they are available to, they're gonna be like, hey, mom, hey, dad, let's go play paintball again. We had a really good time when we did that. You know what I mean? It's big.
Right. You see that with birthday parties a lot. Like a group of kids will come out for a birthday party and then they have a blast. So then they do it for the next kid's birthday party.
Yeah, it's huge.
I like how they always it's like the thing that goes back to what you're talking about with your kids. It's like every kid wants to be like the other one. So like if one kid has a birthday party, the other kids are gonna want to do the same thing and try to one up them. It's just like I feel like that's gonna allow us to continue growing the sport is start them young. Like start these kids with the low impact paintball, get them hooked, and when they become an age, get them in the right loadout. Paintball is not a cheap sport, just like any other sport. No. You think about hockey. Hockey is expensive. Like but paintball is, could be less expensive. I don't know what the prices of hockey equipment these days, but thinking about it, paintball could be less expensive of a sport for a person getting into the sport. Mm-hmm. And I just think that you got to start these kids young and tell them and teach them that it's paintball is a sport that you can actually succeed in. And if we can get paintball to the stage that we want it to, they can make a career out of it.
Yeah, and as you said, how expensive it is. I mean, if you think about it, being realistic, like you can get a kid a die CZR, right? Like relatively cheap, a Halo hopper for $60-$70, I forget what they are, and a cheap aluminum tank, and send the kid out, and they'll be able to use that marker for a while. Like,
oh yeah,
it's relatively cheap. I mean, yes, you can get into like a CS3 or R5 or anything else, but like for comparison, you said you played hockey. I mean, a pair of skates is a few $100s, and
easily
sticks you're looking at over $100 a stick, and you could break a stick twice a game. Like that's huge. It's not that it is expensive for a kid, but it's not as bad as relative to other adrenaline sports, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Like because you could go out and play soccer, and all you have to really do is maybe buy cleats and a ball. That's not compared to paintball. Ain't nothing. But it's just like the competitive impact sports like you're talking about is that's I would argue paintball can be one of the less expensive impact sports for sure.
And it's relatively one of the safest, I'd like to say. And I feel like that's another big problem. Like as you were asking earlier about the sport growing, is parents nowadays are afraid of letting their kids do something quote unquote dangerous or adrenaline involving.
Yes.
Let the kids do it. Bring adrenaline back again. Like let the
I
kids have
agree.
fun.
Plus, what kid doesn't like to shoot their friend?
I mean,
exactly.
yeah. I'm trying to, depending how you're trying to word that, but yeah.
No.
No, but like it's a lot of kids they do it on video games and they don't understand like, oh, you can do this safely in real life. Like
Yeah.
yes, you're not going to give your kid a gun and do it, but like a paintball marker, you could go and play Call of Duty in a field, like literally. Like
Right.
there's a explosion by us as the Nuketown map. You could legit go play Call of Duty at Nuketown and by the field at us.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah, and kids don't know because either A, their parents don't look into it or would rather have the kids safely tucked behind a screen instead of going out and enjoying the real world, touching grass.
Literally
Question
touching
then.
grass.
Question then.
Mm-hmm.
Do we as paintball players go to these schools, you know, during like a career fair? I don't even know if they do those things anymore. But like we go to like these middle schools and be like, hey, you can play paintball. Your parents, it's like you're trying to sell cigarettes to kids. Also the cigarettes, like you can do this, you know that?
So there's actually a group up here doing not going like the career fairs. They're going to like a sport, like the township sports facility and running paintball tournaments out of it. And it's like open invite. They have an airball field set up there. It's more accessible being like the sports facility because think about it, hundreds of thousands of people walk in there every month and they're going to walk past the field. Eventually a kid's going to be like, hey, mom, dad, what's going on over there? Let's go look at it. And then check it out. You know what I mean? And then the kids teams, that's another big thing. Like the Savage Patch Kids, having an all kids team. I think they're like 16 and younger. Dude, that's huge.
I was
That's
like,
super
those
cool.
kids are balling out. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that that's a huge, and like that's what they need to do more of, just and be able to find a way to introduce it to more kids. And it's hard to say how to do it because like again it's gonna fall into the it's violent or hey that seems aggressive. It's kind of hard to find a way to or where and how to do it.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's kind of like you gotta tell these parents, hey, they're playing football anyway. Like that's a fucking violent sport. You're more likely to get a concussion and that than I should be swearing this much, but just going out and playing paintball. Like I mean, sure you can get injured in paintball too. You can get injured in any sport, but that just comes with the sport itself. You know, you play a sport like football that's designed. And so I just think you gotta tell these parents that hey, like what you said, it's not that dangerous. It's actually safer than a lot of other these sports, and I feel like you could start opening up parents' eyes to that.
Yeah, I promise. I've seen, again, it's not impossible to get hurt in paintball, but like football, you have all the padding and helmets, and as you said, I've seen more concussions in football than anything else, and they have the gear. And paintball, most people just go buy extra gear to have extra padding. You can go do that to where you don't feel it as much, or throw an extra shirt on or something like that.
Right.
Yep.
Right. In
And they
paintball,
even
you're
make the
walking away
helmet.
with a bruise. In football,
Yeah.
you walk away with a broken arm, broken leg. I mean,
Exactly.
you might twist an ankle in paintball, but you can walk that off. You can't walk off a broken ankle in football.
Or a concussion. I mean, shoot, enough of those, you get brain damage.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Right. Sometimes you get shot in the dome in paintball, though. It'll make your ears ring.
And it falls back to the same thing I said about kart racing. Like, dude, don't get me wrong, it's fun, it's adrenaline packed, but you go into a corner too hard like I did without the right padding, I cracked 2 ribs. I've seen videos of kart racing when people crash. I mean, they're ragdolls. They're flying through the air. Like I've seen other videos where someone gets hit by another cart and literally their finger comes off their hand with the cart.
Oh,
Goes
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
during a race, and I'm like, dude, that's sketchy. It's only so much that padding can do.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my.
It's
Yeah. So paintball's a safe sport.
Yeah, 100%. I'd say it will. I'd say it is. And it's good family fun. Hey, if the kids are being disobedient at school, take them out to the field. You can pop them a couple times. You're good.
Yeah, make them run the gauntlet.
Yeah, right? Oh, that sounds bad. I swear to not beat my kids. I promise.
Sure. No, I'm
Yeah, sure. Hey man, you brought it up.
You brought it up. Oh no, that's funny though. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've got any more questions. I feel like this was a really good conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
Felt pretty solid to me.
But I will ask, do you have any questions for us at the moment?
No, I mean, I feel like we covered so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was a good podcast.
A lot of
Yeah,
rambling. I go off
yeah,
subject sometimes.
which is good because you get to hear a lot of stories. And no, I just like to appreciate you coming on and talking to us to get your story. And it was really interesting to get your take on a couple of things. And again, thank you for coming on, and thank you for what you do for the sport. And I hope that we can continue to growing the sport together.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Thank you guys for bringing me. You guys are awesome. Like I said, since the first day I met you guys at Seps and the practice the day before, we just spun points for 6 hours. Like, you guys are very friendly, very cool people, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
I want to
thank you.
thank you for coming on as well, man. It was great talking to you, dude. You're a super easy guy to talk to on and off the field. You're very friendly. You're pretty outgoing, and you're
Yes,
you're doing something for this sport that a lot of people
aren't doing.
yeah, they're just not doing, or like they want to do and they just can't. And it's cool to see people doing. Like,
Yeah.
you have goals, big goals, things that you want to do, things you want to accomplish with this sport that not a lot of people are doing, and it's really cool to see. And I just want to thank you for hopping on and sharing that all with us.
Of course, thank you too.
Yes, thank you.
So Jeff, what's the most important thing to remember before going onto the field?
Just fucking play.
That's
Go
right,
play. And if
baby.
have fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
For sure.